So this is just a nice, easy recovery or morning stretch routine. I will just open up some of your joint spaces, stretch some of those tight muscles, and get you ready for your next thing. So it's just starting in a seat that's comfortable for you without crossing any bones over. So if it's uncomfortable to have both legs folded, maybe you shoot a leg out to the side or even into a straddled position, just finding what works for you. And then just start back shifting, lifting a shoulder, shifting the rib cage. And Bunny is going to join us apparently. And then we'll start moving through our torso, shifting to each side and then forward. And then pulling away from your shins as you come back. So we start rounding those shoulders. Once you've gone one way a couple of times, reverse and go the other way. Trying to deepen it to each side and forward and back. And then we'll come all the way up to our tall center. Pull those shoulder blades down and back. Let your palms open as your elbows just soften in. And we'll take a drop of the ear to the right. We'll take our left fingertips and just crawl them away. Just starting to feel that length down the neck space. Then we'll gently soften our chin into our right collarbone, allowing the forehead to get heavier. Just feel that move straight up behind that left ear. Keeping that neck space, just take that left hand, wrap it across your lower back with your palm facing away. Left shoulder rolls back and down, and the elbow pulls away, but we're not rotating our torso. Just opening the front shoulder, continue to deepen into the neck space, and a long inhale. Then we'll soften the chin to the chest, remove that left hand from behind. Let your ear drop to the left. Just letting that ear be heavy there. Then right fingertips crawl away, starting to create more space. Then again, we'll just let the chin tip in toward that top of the collarbone on the left. The forehead gets a little heavier. A breath there. And that right hand moves across your lower back, palm facing away. A nice shoulder roll down and back, and then pulling your elbow away. The back of your hand is still pressing into your lower back. You should feel that start opening chest and front shoulder space there. A breath. And as we soften chin to chest, right arm comes out. Shoulders are weighing down. Inhale, we'll fill it all the way up. Turn your palms to the ceiling and lift through the sides of your waist. Just feel some of that nice opening between the ribs, and then settle into those sits bones. Let your right arm pull your left arm over. Try to nudge those elbows back around your ears. If you can, look up underneath that left arm. Take a breath. Then come through your center. Left hand pulls that right side over again. Elbows back, looking up to the right. And then up to your tall center. Let those elbows pull wide. Fingertips are supporting the base of your skull as you tip your head back. Move your elbows wider. See if you can really rest your head in your hands. Just focus on the chest space opening. Inhale there. Then with light fingertips to the back of your head, let your chin drop to your chest. Try to draw the base of your skull away from your shoulders to lengthen your neck, and just a little bit of weight to the back of your head to lengthen and deepen that stretch. Then we'll let our arms drop. Just give your head a gentle nod. Breathe. And remember, you can stay in any of these stretches for as long as needed. We'll roll those shoulders back, lift the chin to center. Inhale, we fill it up. Maybe switch up your legs so you Shift into a new pattern there. Let your elbows come wide. Bring your right elbow forward out in front of your chest. Wrap your left elbow under. And just work towards lifting those elbows up first. Coming out in front of your chin. And then feel like your two elbows are trying to pull away from each other. Really trying to widen the space between your shoulder blades. And then continue to lift. See if you can create a little bit of a back bend. So lifting the heart upward, nudging into that space. Maybe you find you can cross your wrists as well. Just an option. One more inhale. Then let those elbows soften down. Keep your elbows together. Pull them down towards your rib cage and start lowering your forehead towards your thumbs. So now we're rounding that upper back space, letting the head be heavy, still feeling like our elbows are trying to pull away from each other. Deepening that space. Then inhale, we come back to our neutral. We release the arms. Let those shoulder blades release. That should feel really nice. Inhale, we come all the way up. Elbows come wide again. This time, left one forward, right one underneath. Again, we start lifting up, widening the space between the shoulder blades, coming out in front of the chin. Then feeling the elbows trying to pull away from each other. And just breathe into that space. As you feel you get more open, you lift a little higher, create a little more of a back bend. Again, if you can cross at the wrist, go ahead. Breathe, inhale. And exhale again. If you find this is tighter, just pause there. Give it a little more time to open. Then we'll do that nesting, elbows coming to ribs, forehead dropping toward thumbs. Still feeling those elbows try to pull away. Let your chin soften to your chest. Maybe nod your head a little. And just work into those spaces as needed. One more inhale. Then we release. We come up. We roll the shoulders back. So nice. Neck and shoulders should feel really good. Inhale, we come all the way up. Let's just rotate to our left. Right hand comes across. Left hand acts like a kickstand. Draws that left shoulder back. You're sitting tall on your sits bones. Pressing with the back of that right hand. Looking over your left shoulder. Then we'll move our left hand a little more to the left. We'll drop that right shoulder toward our right knee. So we're looking at that open right palm. Now, this might feel like it's enough and that left hand needs to be supporting that pose there. Or maybe that left arm can sweep up and over your ear. You're stretching through those fingertips, really opening up the rib cage on the left and dropping into that right shoulder. Take a deep breath. Left arm sweeps across. Come all the way up. Rotate to your right. Back of left hand presses. Right hand makes that kickstand. Tall off the sits bones as you look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath. And then that left palm is open on your right knee. Right hand comes to the side. You tip down to the left. But make sure your neck is long. You're looking at that open left palm. You can just stay there, just feeling that back of that left shoulder. Or maybe your right arm reaches up and over. Open the palms, stretch, reach through that rib cage. Breathing down that side body. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Let that right palm sweep across, come all the way up. Send your legs forward. Relax your ankles, pull your toes in. Maybe your heels lift, back and knees pressing down, arms forward. We hinge out. Just starting to feel some length through the back of the legs. Collarbones are reaching forward. So we want to be Nice and long through the sideways. Try not to let that upper back round. Shoulders are right. It's a hinge from your hip crease. You just take it to that point where you feel it. Then we let our elbows drop. We drop the forehead. We tuck into the low belly, letting the arms just drag back. We come all the way up. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Take your right leg, cross it over your left. Then wrap your arms around and hug the right knee across your body and then in close to your body. Then lift your lower back and ribcage space into your leg and just move through that hip. So we're going forward and back here first. You should feel that nice deep glute. Make sure you're lifting tall through the rib cage, not letting that spine round again, right? So we're nice and tall. Then that left hand will take that right foot. You'll cradle the knee and we'll just do our rock the baby. Maybe you put the foot in your elbow crease. Right, so now we're doing side to side motion through the hip. And that right leg will land on that left thigh. Hands move back. We slide the left leg in. Pull the shoulders back and just try to lift your rib cage up towards that right shin. Make sure the ankle is flat so that you don't get any rotation through the ligaments. Nice and tall on those sits bones. Feeling that lower back space, reach forward again. Maybe your left toes come up to nudge a little more space. If moving through that hip space works better, go ahead and move. Right? You're finding what works best for your body today. Right? Tomorrow might be a whole different thing. One more inhale. And we'll gently let that left leg slide away. Bring the right leg out. Just sitting up on those sits bones. You should feel like that right glute feels much looser than the left. We draw the left over the right. Again, we just wrap it up. Pull it over to the right. And then lift your rib cage. Try to lift the foot off the ground. Hug the knee in. But then lift the lower back space and reach it in toward the leg as well. Right? So we feel that lower back space. We move forward and back. Getting into those deeper glutes, piriformis, all of that. And again, just move through it in any way that works best for you. Finding those deeper spots that need a little more opening. Then we'll take that right hand, grab left foot or ankle, whatever works for you. We'll just cradle the knee and rock through the hips side to side. Then that left ankle will land on that right thigh. Move our hands back, shoulders wet. Slide that right leg in. Then lift the rib cage in. Make sure that left ankle is flexed, lower back still reaching for it. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Just opened them up. We don't want to bring tension to them again. Try to be tall, coming up on your sits bones. Maybe right toes pull in to create a little more space. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Then slide that right foot away. And again, pause it and open up more space as needed. We'll take both knees over to the right here. We'll bring the left elbow down. Try to keep your rib cage lifted up. Try not to sink down because see how much pressure that's putting into the shoulder there. We'll take our right ankle with our right wrist. Pulling your heel toward your glute. Push your hip forward, right front hip. Now, the hand is pulling the ankle in, but the ankle is pressing against the hand. So we should feel a nice stretch. Hip flexors, quadricep. right? So we just did the back of the hip, the glutes, the lower back. Now we're working the front. Keep pressing, pushing the heel in and then the ankle against the hand. So lifting the sideways, taking the weight away from the shoulder. One more inhale. And as you bring the knee in, we press out, swing our legs to the left, right forearm down, lifted rib cage. Make sure elbow is underneath the shoulder. Left hand grabs left ankle, flexing the ankle. Now really press the hip forward. Try to swing that left leg back so it's behind your hip, so you get more hip flexor. Pull the heel into the glute, and then press the ankle against the hand, hand against the ankle. Just feel that nice quad, hip flexor. Right, easier to do this from this position than that standing quad stretch where you're doing the same action, pulling the heel in, but then you're balancing on the other leg. So sometimes the focus goes more to trying to stay still than the actual stretch. One more inhale. We bring the left leg in. As you sit up, we'll do that leg extension out again. See if maybe that feels better. Now that the glutes are released, the hamstrings can open up further, flexing, reaching for a tall waistline, just hinging out, collarbones reaching forward. Yeah, it does feel much better. And peel your heels up, press down the back of the knees. You can even grab onto your toes. You can do so without rounding that upper back. Deep breath, inhale. Then we'll just let the elbows, the forehead release, give the head that gentle nod. The neck should feel much better now. We'll draw in that low belly space. Find any seat that feels good. All right, so I hope that opens some spaces for you. Something that can be done easily in 10, 15 minutes every day. Take a deep breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Beautiful. Well, I hope that your day is now looser. So get out and enjoy it.